Chapter 13, The Way It Was. Tyler let himself enjoy dinner without having to think anymore about Clive. There was pleasant conversation, wine, and the woman he had really wanted to have that meal with more than anything. Maybe he should forget about this treasure and just ask Kylie to go on vacation with him instead. He volleyed the idea back and forth over the cinnamon schnapps and tiramisu for dessert. Kylie was suspicious. This dinner was to have been for the purpose of treasure talk, and they had done little else but make eyes over the main course. She'd had too much wine, and now schnapps. Why did she always let Tyler Marsh talk her into these predicaments? Her head was woozy, and she saw two Tylers. And one was telling her that he wanted to spend more time with her. And the other hazy Tyler was telling her that she needed to move her car, or else the dumpster truck couldn't get by. Wait, that wasn't Tyler. It was Mr. Poivre yelling at the waitress from the kitchen and then coming up to the table himself. This was the craziest town, Kylie thought, making her way outside to move the car. She stopped short when she saw a slip of paper on the ground under her car. She got down on the ground and looked under the car. Was somebody there? Her nerves and the wine were playing tricks on her. She retrieved the paper, which was folded into the origami shape of a flying bird. Maybe some kid had dropped it, she thought, ready to toss it back down. She leaned against the driver door, that same woozy feeling coming back again. Had she been drugged? No, Tyler Marsh was a playboy, but he would never resort to something like that. "Hey, where you going?" a voice said from behind her. "Tyler, I said I'd be right back," she admonished, thinking he was already getting possessive about her. "Who's Tyler?" the voice said, closer now. But it was dark out, and she couldn't really see with the terrible lighting on the street. Kylie told herself not to panic and turned slowly around. Her best guidance was to run if she saw anyone she didn't want to see, like that Clive Marsh. But she never would have imagined who was standing before her now. Sky Monroe looked every bit the handsome California surfer turned millionaire standing before her. The voice sounded so familiar, but again Kylie was a little out of sorts. "Who are you?" she asked, starting to dig in her purse for the pepper spray her friend Megan Rose had given her at the last girls' night out. Spray directly in the face was the only instruction she had provided. "Stop or I'll use this," Kylie said in what seemed to be a pretty stupid saying. How would this person know what she was talking about? It was dark out. "Kylie, you will put that down. It's Sky," Sky said, hoping she really wouldn't spray him. The Armani suit would be hard to clean down in these parts. His personal tailor always took care of his clothes back home. But it's funny what losing your love can do to a person. The moment that Chandra Rose had walked out of the Ritz-Carlton Marina del Rey, room 240, the world as he knew it had closed in around Sky Monroe. When he woke in the morning and still no Chandra, he knew that this was more serious than their usual quarrels. He had tried calling her several times, but gave up when her mother had answered the line. "Chandra's having all the calls forwarded here for now. May Marie, it's hard to say. May Marie Rose said, feeling a little sorry for Sky. She truly liked him, and Chandra could be hard on a person when she was upset. So with no one else to turn to and no idea where his beloved had run off to, Sky had come to Big Pine Key and Megan Rose at the Little Dreamer B&B. Surely Chandra had come to the sanctity of her sister's place. But when Sky had knocked on the old oak door, Megan had joyfully let him in, giving him a big hug. "Sky, it's been so long," Megan had said, handing him a mint julep iced tea. And Sky knew he had struck out again. But that didn't mean Chandra wasn't coming. She just wasn't there right now. But Sky had an idea. He would find a way back into Chandra's heart. And Megan Rose and her bed and breakfast were going to help him do just that. Chapter 14. The Big Flirt. Tyler looked out the window of Shay McGall, wondering what was taking her so long. All she had to do was move the Camaro up a few feet so the truck could pass by. Maybe that old heap of junk wasn't starting again. He rose from his seat, taking another drink of the schnapps, as Mindy came to clear the dinner plates. "Are you leaving again?" she asked, hoping they weren't skipping on the bill. They'd had several out-of-towners try that recently, and Mario was packing. Even if it was a baseball bat, he wasn't letting any more deadbeats cheat him out of his just dues. He'd worked hard and deserved every penny of what this restaurant took in. After he paid the staff, he had out a nice sum to make it through. "No, just seeing what's taking so long with the car," Tyler said, looking out the window to see a dark shape that appeared to be speaking with a lot of hand gestures. Sky Monroe could be very descriptive, and he was trying to explain to Kylie what had occurred over the last several months since they had spoken. He didn't want to appear desperate, but rather debonair, as he worked his way back into the hearts of those that Chandra loved. Oh, so conniving. If he could get in their graces, so to speak, then maybe they would tell him where she was. Sky cleared his throat, hoping they could have a drink inside the restaurant. He was parched and getting hungry. It had been a long drive from the little airstrip where he had chartered the small plane to the island. He could have driven out himself or taken the ferry boat, but this was of the utmost importance, and he felt that time was of the essence. No one had really told him that his behavior bordered on being stalkerish. He just wanted to make amends with his woman. Was it wrong to use his money and his influence to try and win her back? He didn't think so, and so that was how he rolled, and he didn't care what anyone thought about that. Tyler neared the pair and could hear Sky ask Kylie about Chandra. "No, Sky, I haven't seen her," Kylie responded. As Tyler reached the two, he wasn't sure if he should brandish the broken taser again, so he just waited. "Hi, Tyler Marsh," he said, holding his hand out to Sky. The guy looked harmless, Tyler thought, boldly shaking the hand that was offered to him. "Sky Monroe, it's a pleasure," Sky said, holding back some of the charm. He didn't think Tyler Marsh would appreciate that. Two equally handsome and headstrong men could at times still be friends without some sort of weird feeling that there was competition between them, but that remained to be seen here. Tyler looked from Kylie to Sky and could tell that there was nothing going on between them. His spidey senses were pretty strong of late. "Sky's looking for his fiancée, Chandra Rose," Kylie said to Tyler. "It seems she's disappeared. Is that right, Sky?" Chandra said. "She disappeared from their hotel in Marina del Rey." "Well, she hasn't been seen by me since," Sky said, hoping they could see it was urgent. "So in my book, she's gone. Disappeared from my sight," he said longingly. "I see," Tyler said, knowing bullshit when he heard it. Most likely some lover's quarrel gone quantum, he thought, not buying into Sky's plight as he presented it. "Kylie, can we get back to our dinner?" Tyler motioned for her to follow him as he patted Sky on the back. "See you around. I take it you'll be here for a while?" What made him think that, Sky thought to himself. He didn't want to stay on this small island any longer than he had to. If Chandra was here, he was going to find her. This spit of an island couldn't take long for him to get around. He had one more place he wanted to check. An old lighthouse that Chandra used to talk about all the time when they were together. It was someplace one could go to get over things, she used to say, remembering the time she had spent the whole summer staying there after her high school boyfriend Ross had broken up with her. "Say, where's the lighthouse?" Sky asked before the two could get back inside. I want to take a look over there. "You go up to the main road about 2 miles, and then you take a left. There's signs that'll lead you right to it," Tyler said, feeling his brain fog clear. "The old Spectre Lighthouse is what you're looking for," he said, leading Kylie by the arm. It was getting cooler outside, and he thought she might be chilled. He had just the idea to get her warmer, but he had to get her inside and away from Sky. The warmer air inside Chez Miguel's wrapped around them as Tyler led Kylie over to the fireplace, where Mario had started a small fire inside. Crackling paper and wood sounds came from the little stone fireplace, and Kylie wrapped her arms around herself to warm up. Tyler moved in behind her and stood just close enough to smell late night wafting up. He wanted to put his arms around her waist, but something told him to wait. But he didn't have to wait long. Too much alcohol, and now the sense of lost love in the air was making Kylie feel lonely. Why all the bantering and silly talk? Why didn't she just make a move? She was lonely. She wanted a man in her life, and it was Tyler Marsh, the heir to a millionaire's fortune, and her long-lost love. Was that really such a bad idea? She reminded herself again about the cheating and squashed the little devil on her shoulder. People can change, she told herself, and realized she was talking about her evil ways and not his.